Tour de France just ended. It's like 85 degrees. We just had a brief shower.
And
so this is year 2 of the garden, SemiSecret garden.
Yes, and it's productive. We made a lot of progress. We still have some ways to go.
What's working?
Well, this year I got tomatoes in early. I got all my tomatoes and my cucumbers in a little earlier. So we actually I've already have some produce coming out.
Let's take a look.
Early on, there's a cucumber and
Ooh.
some peppers. I've
Oh,
already
baby.
gotten another pepper, and I've had plenty, and I've already had some little tomatoes coming out.
Where are the tomatoes?
I bought this as kind of like, I guess, a patio variety. But you can see there's some nice red ones on there right now.
Oh, yes.
And baby cucumbers coming out.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. See it?
Oh, it's a tiny little bugger.
Yeah, they're real little right now.
It's like a baby's pinky, but it's a cuke.
If it gets rain, it'll just grow really quickly.
Yeah.
So you have to watch the cucumbers.
Oh, and you get some yellow tomatoes over here.
Yep, these are an heirloom variety. And it's kind of hard to tell when they're really ripe, but when they're really, really deep yellow and they're ripe, they're very sweet.
Yeah.
So they're delicious.
So this one still has a little bit of ripening to go.
I already ate the really.
It's colorful, but it's still got a touch of green on it.
I ate some of that. There's a few more down here. I think there might be some really ripe ones down there, but you can see they're ripening away. So that's been really good. Some of the stuff I planted in the fall finally came up. This is Russian sage. It's a great pollinator plant. It's good for the bees and the butterflies, and I have seen bees on them. So they
smells nice.
Yep, very fragrant. And in fact, I think there's a bumblebee on it right now, or at least a honeybee down there. There's already down there. So you know. We have a tendency to put too much stuff. Our gardens today are not good for the pollinators and the native species.
Because we put too much what?
Well, we put
chemicals.
Too much chemicals, and we plant plants that don't actually have flowers or nectar-producing flowers. Like here's a butterfly bush, which is an excellent plant for bees and butterflies.
Pretty.
It gives them food and keeps them coming to your garden. Because you want the bees to come if you got crops, you know, tomatoes and cucumbers. And then I planted some stuff in between. I planted these little impatiens. Yep, different
Are
colors.
those deliberately planted tomatoes, or did they just happen?
These are volunteers. My dad would have called them volunteers, and I regret having to take them out, but I guess they're kind of destroying the picturesque nature of my garden. But
hey, do you think by volunteers we mean there were cherry tomatoes all over this garden last year, right?
Yep,
and the seeds sowed themselves, as it were.
Yep.
And germinated, and now we have a plant. Will we have fruit from those, do you think?
Sure. There's blossoms on them.
Yeah.
And they were small tomatoes, so I'm sure that something could happen. And I love tomatoes, so.
What do you do with your tomatoes?
Oh, I mostly just eat them. Just pop them in my mouth, maybe put a little Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, maybe put them in a salad. They're good in a salad.
Yeah.
But I like them just absolutely plain. I could eat them all day long. So.
Yeah.
I heard a song on the radio by Jay Unger, and he had the lyrics were there's the only things free are true love and homegrown tomatoes.
I like it.
No, the only things money can't buy. The only things money can't buy is true love and homegrown tomatoes. Although I think love can be bought, so I have questions about that.
Okay. What are these here?
Those are just daylilies, and daylilies are great because they come up every year. You can move them around. They clump up. They choke out weeds, and they attract butterflies and bees. So they are very valuable, and they're very hardy. So we need that in New Hampshire. We need hardy plants. Other than that, I think it's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, we've done a lot. We put in the flagstone steps. I think are great because then the kids have a good idea of where they're going because they kind of like to cut through here. So I sort of left a path for them, which I think is good because if they want to cut through, it's their garden too. You know, it's a community garden. We're sharing it with everybody. And I think they have respect for it, you know. We haven't seen this knocked over, vandalism or anything, so.
Yeah.
I think
And
we're
there's
doing
some
good.
foreign object over here. What's this thing?
It looks like some sort of a mole. Yeah. I don't like touching it, but.
I was thinking, wonder if it's a mushroom. Because it, like inside it.
It's a mole. Those are all
Yeah.
its spores. Yeah,
Oh, it's mold?
I think so.
What's this gonna do?
Unless it's a pile of. I know the kids had some chalk going too. Maybe
It's
a
either
pile.
chalk or mold.
We don't know. We don't know. We're just gonna leave that alone here. Yeah, I think we could just use some more rain.
Yeah.
A whole lot more rain, but considering that we haven't had any, I think the garden's doing amazingly well. We have I don't know, 4 kinds of basil I think growing in here, and so we all have a little something going on.
Yeah. Stay tuned next year, folks, and we'll give you another update, or maybe even this winter. Oh, here come the landscapers, man. Watch out.